and welcome to our latest episode of UPCEO Project Podcast. This is Francis San Diego. Today, I do have a very special guest. I met him 3 years ago in the final hacking live that we've attended. His name is Carlos Lara. Say hi, Carlos.
Hey, how you doing, Francis? How everybody doing?
That's great, great. So, just to give you a brief background on how we met. So, 3 years ago, I attended this event, Funnel Hacking Live from Russell Brunson. So, just so you know, guys, I'm a big fan or huge fan of Russell Brunson's work. So, I did all of the One Funnel Away challenge, pretty much all of his content that he released and launched. I'm there. So me and Carlos crossed paths with his wife, obviously, which is really awesome that both of them are there. We crossed paths there. We were like waiting in the lobby area, right,
Yeah,
Carlos?
that's what
And we
we were
kind of like
actually crossing
introduced,
paths
yeah,
doing.
we introduced each other. And from there, we've stayed connected. And I keep on seeing him like really trying hard to put up content over there. And we're here to kind of like reconnect and see what we can do together. All right, Carlos, maybe tell us about yourself and what are you doing and where are you from now?
Well, I'm here. My name's Carlos Lara, and thanks for having me, Francis. It's like you said, it's been 3 years since the last time we saw each other, but we've been connecting, and just like you, 2017, I came across a post about Russell Brunson, and I'm a huge fan. I actually listen to his podcast constantly, like his content is it's been getting better and better. I did the one funnel away challenge just like you, and I was hesitating going to funnel hacking live, even though I always wanted to. So the year that you and I met was my first year at funnel hacking live, and I mentioned to my wife, I said, you know what, we need to go because it was here in Orlando, and we're only 2 hours away from Orlando, so we decided to go. And I said maybe I will meet some people. Like it's more about the connection and actually, be involved with those people and see if there's something we can pick and learn. And good friendships came out of it, like yours, and we have a couple other people that we still keep in contact. And I went into the side of affiliate marketing. And actually, my one of my mentors and the creator of the program that I promote received his 2 Comma Club award that very year. That was one of the reasons why I was there also. And it's been an incredible journey with a lot of up and downs, of course, because when you get started, you get so overwhelmed. But when you go and meet those people over there, and you realize that they were at some point where you are right now, they were struggling, and then you hear the stories. So it was very, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Inspirational to
Correct.
hear everybody that was on stage that year and the year
Mhm.
after that we went. So
Yeah,
we don't
I,
want to
I,
stop until
I,
it
yeah, I
happens.
remember that feeling, dude. So that's my first event, actually. I think we were like around 3,000, right? 3,000 or
Okay,
so?
yeah, well, yeah. Well, between 3 and 4 thousand people show
3K.
up.
So it's like really packed. And everybody's like so pumped up. Like I can still remember the time when I was there. I was like really okay. This is something good. Like you feel like you're ready to go out there. It's like a 3 day of everybody. The third day is like really you're tired. You just wanted to go home. I miss my family and such. So it's really a great feeling. And at the same time, you met a lot of friends like you. What I value the most on that, my biggest takeaway on that event is like I built some friendships such as you. I met you and your wife, met some of the friends like I forgot his name. He's the barber guy, tall guy as well.
Yeah,
So actually
yeah.
I did reconnect with him and he's like eager to like really be on the podcast as well. So that's why I told him, hey, you better go jump in because I got Carlos. I don't know if you remember Carlos. I will be interviewing later. So he was like, "Oh, get me in, dude."
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So yeah, that's why. So I guess yeah. Getting back to you, Carlos. So like you mentioned about like the struggles about starting up a business. Maybe you can tell us or share to our viewers out there because like I mentioned before, our target audience is the group age group under the sandwich generation. which for all we know, there's a lot of struggles that they have been encountering as well. So maybe you can give them some tips in terms of like how to navigate through the struggles and to go about it.
Well, the very first thing that I can tell everybody is that we overthink the process. Um, you know, my biggest issue was that I wanted to get to the strategies first,
Mm-hmm.
right? How to do a thing, but not really understanding that, you know, it's not gonna work out the very first time you do it. Because I can tell you that since 2017, right, I did the One Funnel Away challenge. I started my YouTube channel and I stopped. I tried a website with Amazon affiliates, which was a big thing in 2016,
Mm-hmm.
2017. Um, then I started Facebook, and every time the strategies you can be a, the strategies are not the difficult part, is the part of consistency and knowing that you do one thing and you're not gonna get the reaction that you expect. And as you move through the process, especially for people, like us in that sandwich, generation, we have been taught that you need to do one thing consistently forever. But when you're trying to do something else, the
For
confidence is not there because you were never taught that when you were a kid.
correct.
So when you're trying to branch out from the specific of have a job, get married, have a house,
Mm-hmm.
live a normal life, what's so called is a normal life.
Right.
When you're doing these things, you immediately second guess yourself. When I put my first website, I got no hits for 3 or 4 months,
Yes.
and that's very you get discouraged super easy.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's the
Definitely.
consistency, and like you and I talk, it's the mindset to know that it's a process. And if you let me share a quick story, like
Yeah.
something hit me uh, watching Joe Rogan's podcast yesterday. Um,
Uh,
as I was driving, he interviewed Adam Sandler.
yes.
He's a
My favorite.
huge actor. You know Adam Sandler, right?
Yeah. Of course. My favorite actor.
And he's a huge star. But they were talking about back in the day when they both got started.
Yeah.
and
Started.
and
Yes.
Adam Sandler said, I jumped in an open mic as doing stand up, thinking I
Mm-hmm.
was funny.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy told me as I was coming out of the stage, because I got no reaction, he said, "You're the class clown." And
Mm-hmm.
he goes, "Whoa, that was like a gut punch," because I thought I was good enough at making
Mm-hmm.
people laugh,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't. And that's when he realized, well, what do I need to do to move forward with this? So even if the people that you see successful right now, they started right where we at. They
Correct.
weren't good enough, and they have to eat a lot of punches throughout the process. But they were consistent because like Adam Sandler said, I
Mm-hmm.
knew that I wanted to do something different than what normal people do, which is go to work and do these things.
Correct.
And then he said, I understood the strategies, but I had to go back. And the one thing that I didn't know that comedians do is that they record themselves
Mm-hmm.
and then they watch the tape.
Mm-hmm. And
And then they,
adding to that one, actually, it's funny you mentioned about it because I literally like, just finished watching the whole episode. It's like a couple of hours already, so it's like I finished it. So one thing that stood out to me the most is definitely what you said about what he experienced. One thing that stood out to me the most is that his utmost confidence. He knows, and it's like what's the term that he mentioned? Delusional.
delusional. That was the word that he used.
Delusional.
Yep.
Like they know, he knows that he's great. He knows. It's funny that he mentioned about he knows that he looks good on wearing the Levi's pants. Like he saw
Yeah.
his friend wearing a Levi's pants. Ooh, good. He looks good on those. Maybe I can wear those and I'll look the same way. Then it's funny when he was trying out Levi's jeans. It doesn't look good on him. So I mean, I guess one thing that we wanted to share to our viewers here is that it's not going to be easy at first, or maybe a second, or third, or fourth. You gotta just be consistent in everything that you do, especially when you're starting up a business. And you have to have the utmost confidence. Like what perfect example, one of the perfect examples that we can learn from is Adam Sandler's episode with Joe Rogan podcast. Like he has that, he's delusional in a good way, meaning he knows that he looks good, he knows he's funny, even no one is laughing. He was like wondering why isn't everybody laughing? I know I'm funny. So I mean that confidence is gonna help you out throughout the and plus you mentioned about being consistent, so that helps a lot, right?
Absolutely, and the word delusional, he said it. I'm using it in a good way,
Yeah.
knowing that I'm delusional, thinking to myself I'm funny or I look good on this,
Mm-hmm.
but then I know that I still can improve, and I think one of the biggest takeaways from me was that Joe Rogan kept putting clips and pictures of Adam Sandler
Correct.
back in the day, and he goes,
And he
"What
doesn't
was
like to
that?
see it.
Like, I don't want to see that. That's horrible." And even Joe Rogan said that he has a lot of cassette tapes from when he started stand up,
Correct.
and he loves, and he goes, "Wow, but that was really, really bad."
Yeah.
But compared to like they have 30 years in the industry, you know, and we usually, and I told you this, before we went on live, that we tend to compare each other with people that have been in the industry of
Correct.
online businesses and businesses for 20, 30 years.
Correct.
And most of us don't see all the struggles and everything that they went through before they even got to that point. Because even Adam Sandler said, like, I I did so many open mics that I was horrible and I was getting 10, 10, 15 minutes
Mm-hmm.
until he started realizing, wait, I can improve on this. And the
Mm-hmm.
way they tested where they go and throw write jokes, then throw
Mm-hmm.
them out there, and if they don't get the reaction, they delete those. But then they go out there and do 2 or 3 nights of stand up and see what hits and what didn't hit, and that's how they build their
Correct.
actual full act that they do in the specials and everything you see on TV. So they go through a process too. They have their own strategy, and like you say, they're
And it's
very
just it's not just a process, it's long. It's
long
like
process.
years. Like I remember Joe Rogan mentioned that when he started his podcast, it's like 5, 6 years ago. He
Yeah.
doesn't even think about the like somebody's like going to watch or even listen to his podcast. 5 years has gone by, and it's like millions. He had a deal with Spotify.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I guess with the consistency that he did, you should learn from it, that you should stay consistent. And I learned that also, that you can't just get like one hit wonder or whatever. So yeah, that's really good to hear. So anyway, so with that one, after learning that one, Carlos, I guess what have you been working on in terms of like how you learned this teachings, right? You learned how Adam Sandler and Joe Rogan has learned from their own mistakes, or when they are starting. For you, how are you applying it right now? What have you learned from it?
Well, one of the things that you know, like he said, I was very delusional putting content out there, thinking that I was funny, I was good. So I've been going back to my old videos and kind of like look at to see where the message is not hitting with people. And then I read the book again, Traffic Secrets from Russell Brunson,
Mm-hmm.
and I skipped so many things that the one thing that was the key, he said, who is your target audience?
Mm-hmm.
And
Correct.
I really haven't pinpointed to, like you say, you're going for you're very specific. You got the sandwich, generation.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, who am I talking to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's
Correct.
easy to just throw the copywriting of, like, quit your job, fire your boss,
Mm-hmm.
do affiliate marketing, like all this copywriting that is already been given to you by other people. But I've been going deeper and trying to peel the onion of, like, okay, who is really the person that I want to connect with, that I want
Mm-hmm.
to help realize that there's another way that they can actually make money.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Ed Milet had this one saying that the you are the most qualified person to help the people or the person you used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly.
So so then I
Exactly.
went back to Russell and the book, and I go, well, wait, what am I suffering? What's the things that hitting me? Why am I doing this? So then I
Mm-hmm.
realized that I need to target parents that are working one or two jobs, just like I am right
Mm-hmm.
now. They're looking for another option without having to go to get another job, right? So it's not so much the age range, but it's more like those parents that are like they want to spend time with their kids, and I see it every day
Mm-hmm.
in the industry that I work as a full time job, and the people that I connect every other day, they don't spend time with their kids. They don't spend time with their spouses, and the more that I peel the onion, the more that I go back and look at the tape per se.
Mm-hmm.
I'm start to finding my voice. Like Russell
Mm-hmm.
said, if you publish for a whole year, you
Mm-hmm.
eventually find your voice. And I start to hitting the stride where I know who I'm talking to. And I think that for anybody to start any business,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, who are you wanna? Who is the target customer? It
You
is
know,
the most.
funny, Carlos. It's funny that you mentioned that. I mean, I was like really like listening to you. I was like think alike. Like
Yeah,
the exact same thing, the exact same influencers that we listen to, exact same thing. That's why I was like, really, I can totally follow what you're saying. And I guess, God, it's like really, I can't believe that I'm hearing this from you because the exact same thing that you're saying is the exact same thing I was thinking. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I
great.
can't believe it. Yeah, dude, it's really good. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely, you hit it right on the head. We needed to find our voice. And I don't know, for some reason, that's why I reach out to you because I know we kind of like have the same mindset, I guess, the same thinking. Maybe you can target the same target that I was targeting. Under
Yeah,
generation 40 to 60s. Because whatever you're offering is the exact same thing that I was like thinking, providing them those contents. You never know,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And
Maybe you can,
actually,
we'll talk about this later on. And, I mean, it just hit in my head. Like, I was like thinking, this makes perfect sense in terms of what he's targeting. So then, just to share with you, definitely, if guys, if you check out his social media profile, he's like really consistent. He's like really trying hard, which I really admire from Carlos because he's
thanks,
like
thanks.
really, really putting out content over there. He's like really trying. He's not expecting it to be like one hit wonder or whatever. He's just providing great content, which makes perfect sense to out there. It's just that what he's saying is that he hasn't like really hit the right audience. Like he's like still finding it. Now, just to share with you, Carlos, me and my wife were like having a conversation. Like I think it was yesterday. So I was like, as I was like relaunching my podcast. I was like, assessing whatever resources I got, whatever I did before 2 or 3 years ago. And I was like looking at that's why I kind of like dwindled down to the very specific
Yeah, yeah,
audience. Just to share with you, I've been putting out content also when after the Funnel Hacking Live, I've been putting out content. And one thing that surprised me is like when I checked my Facebook profile, I checked out all my reels, I checked out all of the content that I did. I kid you not, I was like really surprised that there's this one content that I did that hit 24K views.
wow,
I
that's
kid you not. And
that's
my wife, I
amazing.
even showed it to my wife. And guess what? It's not professionally done. I use my smartphone. I shared to them a content, a software that I was like using, and it hit like 24K views. I wasn't even I wasn't even expecting it to hit 1,000 because I was like critiquing myself. This is ugly. I mean, I don't know if this is gonna even hit one k at all. So no, no, no. The moral of the story is like I'm leading towards what you've been doing right now. It's more of like you gotta find your the one the audience that you wanted to target. You're gonna attract it to that. You're gonna attract literally. So now then I was like looking at that batch of content that I did. I was surprised that it was hitting 3K, 2K, 1K now. So I was like assessing it right now, and I was like, okay, this is the content that I'm attracting. Then I kind of like look at the dashboard, professional dashboard of my Facebook account, and I attracted 70% of male.
Oh wow.
So that now kind of like it's getting clearer to me now that okay, now me as an avatar, I attract this age group, and at the same time I'm attracting male.
Yes.
So now it's helping me like really being very specific. So probably, you can check it out, whatever you've been doing. You can
Mm.
assess whatever content that you did because it's gonna hit. You're not gonna expect it to hit like that, but it will hit. It only takes one. That's what I learned. It only takes one, and it's gonna follow through. It's gonna snowball effect or whatever. So keep up the good work, man. I mean,
Yeah, thanks. I
don't lose
appreciate it.
hope.
And
I'm
congrats,
with
man.
you.
Congrats, man. And you know what? Like I told you, I've been going back to my analytics and see
Yeah,
where, and like you say, I think when you try to make it look too professional, people kind of think that you might be
yeah.
doing fake. And
It's
like,
not gonna be genuine. Yeah, that's what I learned. So I mean, it doesn't matter if it's like professionally done. It doesn't matter if you're using an old phone. It doesn't matter if you're using like a smartphone, whatever. As long as you're providing them the content and you know who you're targeting.
very
So
important, very important.
I
Yeah.
mean, I have a strong feeling that we have the same audience that we can target. You might look into it.
Bro, I will have to check my analytics
Yeah,
for sure.
I'll give you those datas that you can check out, but I have a feeling that it's pretty much the same.
If I
Pretty
check my
much the
analytics on
same. It's more
Facebook,
of like
bro,
probably it's more of like you can adapt or tweak some messages that you've been putting out, but you're there already. It's more of like you're gonna have to tweak some messages, but yeah, the reason why I'm sharing this to you is because that's what I experienced, I learned. Then I'm assessing it and okay, what did I do when I did this? So yeah, I mean, you can check it out because we have different offerings, right? So I mean, you could probably use that same audience or whatever. You can start doing that because, like I said, we pretty much think alike. It's just a matter of us, helping each other out.
absolutely. Yeah, no, and I
All right.
appreciate that, man. And definitely, like I say, it's like, okay, so it's a parents or it's a mom, dads, and like you were saying with your content, sometimes the one thing that I'm, you know, relearning is not so much that you need fancy equipment like you say, but it's the actual message.
Yeah,
It's
it's actual
it's the message
message.
that matters.
Yeah, yeah. I'll share to you that content that I put out. You'll laugh.
Yeah, really.
You'll laugh because I wasn't even like really expecting it to hit the 1K at all, but it hit like 20%. So now I'm inspired. I'm like really pumped up. Okay, now I know. Now with the resources I got, I can like 10x what I can do possibly. But I'm not going to reinvent the wheel at all. It's more of like now I know the structure kind of like that, but you never know, right?
Yeah, and actually, I've been noticing that
Yeah.
I've been
So
gaining a little momentum on TikTok with my videos too. So it's kind of like I'm
yeah.
fighting that if I do like the video and more like talking about my experience, because it's kind of like I went back to like instead of like trying to tell people something, it's like, listen, this is what happened to me this past week, and
Uh-huh.
sharing my journey. So I started from scratch,
Yeah.
kind of from scratch again. Like, listen,
Yeah.
this week I remember this thing and I learned this thing,
Yeah.
and it's hitting its stride, especially on Facebook and TikTok, Instagram. It's kind of
Yeah.
like
So
finicky, and
what what uh, what do you think is like the platform that you're getting some responses?
Facebook for sure.
Yeah, Facebook.
I've been getting a lot of
I have
people
a
and
feeling that I have a feeling that you're I mean, if you were to ask me, I have a feeling that you can attract male, the husbands, the fathers, specifically those age group with the 40 to 60s.
mhm.
Then you talk to them like how you're talking. Take off the wives first. Just be specific on that. I think that's your niche.
If
That's
I
your
can
audience.
narrow
I
it,
mean,
yeah, because you know a lot of the things like I'm turning 50 next year, so I'm kind of like start
nah,
gearing my
don't
message
say that.
toward.
We don't talk numbers about here.
Well, yeah, no, but you know, listen, I still look like 30. I'm
Oh yeah,
delusional
there
like
you're
that, you know.
30.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
stay numbers. It stays 30.
But, but you know, it's like my message part of them is like early retirement
Correct.
because I remember when I was in New Jersey, working maintenance for healthcare, a lot of the people that were over there, yeah, no, you got like 20, 30 years to go. I'm like, no, I'm gonna retire at 55. And they were laughing at me. It's like, wow, you're gonna hit the lottery? You know, listen, I gotta figure something out. There's
Yeah.
something out there for me.
Yeah.
And now that I look back at what I just said, look where we at. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm 50, trying to build my business. I still got, you know, we're in the process of like you say, once we target that audience and we niche down to
Yeah.
that, you know, it goes from
It's
there.
there. You're there already, Carlos. Hey, buddy, you're there. It's more of like a you gotta tweak it. Yeah, I mean, I've been tweaking all my life. Not twerk, okay?
No,
Just to
no,
be
no, that one.
clear, not twerking, tweaking.
Tweaking. Don't
I can't
confuse them.
dance. My wife is like really laughing at me when I'm trying to dance. She's like, you're ridiculous. Don't do that.
Yeah, I dance, but I don't let anybody see me sometimes. Only
It's
with
like a
my
hidden
daughter, you
talent.
know,
We
in the
keep it
club, but
hidden.
that's it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like a hidden talent, right? We keep it hidden. So
yes,
anyway.
yeah. I don't want
All right.
anybody to see.
So I guess yeah, getting back to our program.
Yeah,
Um
yeah.
I guess maybe you can share to our viewers what do you specifically do for your target audience, and then probably we can share to them what's your intention like, and how it's gonna help them out in terms of like if we like let's say we're talking after talking about this for the past like 5-10 minutes. Um, maybe you can talk to the viewers out here or out there that what can you do for them.
Well, as I mentioned, you know, I believe in my heart of hearts that for like we niche down, right? Parents like me, you know, in that age group that are looking, okay, what can I start doing so I can earn some income on the internet? To me, you know, after listening to so many podcasts and what Russell used to do, um, is to actually become an affiliate because you're gonna eliminate so many headaches. Like, you don't need to create a product, right? You don't need to buy anything, keep inventory. You don't need to overthink the process of like, okay, well, you know, like in the book says, you gotta go in the red market, blue ocean, red, you know, all that stuff will over confuse you if you go into a specific niche. And for me is digital courses. And the reason why I believe digital courses or digital products are the best way to start is because you don't need to wait for someone to deliver the item to your customer, and then if they don't deliver the item you don't get paid the commission. With a digital product or software like ClickFunnels, for example,
Mhm.
as soon as the person sign in they get access to the product.
Like,
So what I do is I promote a digital course that will teach you how to become an affiliate. But a lot of people say, well, you know, you learn from a course how to promote the course, you know,
like,
and it's been a lot of misleading people and misinformation out there from some, you know, like there's always people that want try to gain the system and making these promises and stuff so they can get the sale. But I do believe that self education is one of the most important things. That's why you and I assist to Funnel Hacking Live to learn
correct.
from people that are actually doing the thing. So my, you know, the person that I promote the product from, which is, if it's okay with you to share the name and all that, I'll share it towards the end.
Yeah.
But um, the course will teach you the entire process on how he built his online business promoting other people's products,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't matter what niche you get in. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same exact framework. All you gotta do is find the products that will help, your avatar go from point A, which is that
Right.
pain point that they have, to point B, which
Right.
is the outcome, the dream outcome. Like for me, it's like I don't want to work my full time and have my part time anymore, right? And I know that for some of the audience might be like, well, I want to early retirement. That actually sounds good because I don't really want to work the next 15 years. You never know if Social Security will be available, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you start an online business and learn the skills how to promote other people's products, you can build a real business. And it's not so much to learn how to promote the products, is to gain new skills, you
Right.
know, because those skills, once you learn them, will stay with you forever. Nobody can take those away. And
Mm-hmm.
the course will show you how to start from the very beginning, using resources that you don't have to create, because
Right.
that's the trap that everybody falls when they're a beginner. I need to create this. I need to. No, you don't. You know, the program gives you stuff for you to get started until you master the skills to do your own thing, which is where I'm at right now. I created uh, my own digital products that I give away for free, if so, at the beginning, and then there's some other assistance with my offer. But you know, if you decide to make a business that is less complicated than everything else, and start from scratch, I do believe that promoting digital products and products from someone else is the best way. So as you move and you progress over it, you get to see that those courses can help people learn the skills without you having to be the one that explain the whole thing, because you're
Right.
learning also. So
It's,
um, that's why I love affiliate marketing, because I don't
mm-hmm.
really have to create anything really. It's just like,
Right.
hey, listen, this is this cool thing that I'm learning from. Are you interested? Then I'll go over there. And when you think about it, you refer people to things all the time and you don't get paid. You know, quick example: we moved down to Florida. We got some friends over here. It's like we're looking for like a restaurant, new mom and pop restaurant. They go, yeah, just go over there. Down the street. It's pretty good. We've been here 20 years. They refer us to it, but then you get paid for those commissions. And if
Correct.
you're already doing that in real life, why not get paid? And have that as a career.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, you can go in any niche really. If you love to talk about sports, if you love to talk about kitchens, you are, even if you're in construction, even if you actually have a career, but you just want to move it, not to be going somewhere to clock in and clock out, you can move it online.
Correct, correct. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you mentioned about like people referring like in a whatever restaurant, right? From what I also heard, I forgot who I heard it from, but people buy from people. So it's a matter of if you're referring something, why not get paid from it from just referring this product? Right? So that's the power of affiliate marketing. So I guess leading to that one, Carlos, I know that you've created some course on teaching how to do affiliate marketing. Am I correct?
Correct, yes.
Correct. Yeah. So maybe you can talk to them about that course that you're offering.
Yeah, the I personally created like a 5 day where, you know, once they go through that training, is more of them peeling the onion of what we talk about it, like, your audience,
Mm-hmm.
um, understanding that it's not a one hit wonder, um, trying to find where you're more comfortable creating content, because a lot of people don't want to be in front of the camera. Like
Correct.
I started affiliate marketing in 2016 doing blogging, because I said there is no way that I'll put myself in front of the
Yeah.
camera ever. And look where we are right now,
But you're
right?
all
Doing
over the
interviews.
camera.
We're on the camera shooting videos and
Yeah.
everything,
If we're gonna
and
create a montage of you, dude, we can create a montage of you.
Yeah, and I try to really go deep into five things that you need to get started, and
Correct.
more specifically the mindset.
Correct.
Um, because if you come in with the wrong mindset, it's gonna
That would work.
you're gonna find it difficult to succeed. You want
Exactly.
because you hear those false promises that people will tell you that just because you start an online business, you'll be a millionaire, in a few months, and that doesn't work that way. I don't care what industry you get in, unless you still gotta go to college to get a nice degree so you can go to become a doctor or a lawyer. And even then, when you get in those industries, you still need the experience so you can get paid like those, high end, amounts of money that these people get paid. So affiliate marketing is the same way. It's just, you know, having five things set up from the beginning, and the course literally will take you um, from the resources that you need to use in your business, as an affiliate, because there's huge advantages, but there's a few disadvantages, and you kind of have to be in front of that before
Hmm.
you even send people to the offer. So the course will teach you all that stuff, but while you master them, you'll get resources and easy to understand processes,
Hmm.
and then it will give you that the beginning. Then when you start making money, where to reinvest the money for your business, and kind of like give you a whole entire process. And if you want to do faceless channels, there's options for that.
Would you believe? Sorry to chime in. Would you believe 3 years from now we have AI?
Crazy.
That's why there's no excuse anymore. I have provided some content. Actually, I'm going to share this to you. I've been doing some research that you can literally use your own self or your video and create like an video.
It's crazy. Like
Yeah.
it looks exactly
3 years
you,
ago, we don't have that.
and that's why like you say, there is no excuse. That resources are out
No
there.
more, no more excuse. I mean, I guess it's more of like, yeah, you're absolutely right. I totally agree 1000%. It's all in the mindset. We have all the resources. Whatever you can think of, there's a resource for that one as well. It's more of like how you think. It's a mindset, and the consistency is the most important thing above anything else. You
Yeah,
believe is
and
there, gotta be consistent in everything that you wanted to do. So that's great. I mean, getting back to your course, I mean, I guess probably we can talk about the specifics of it. You mentioned about it's a 5-day challenge, right?
it's I created a 5-day training for myself,
5-day
just to
training.
prep everybody. So once they go to the training, then the offer is on the back end,
Okay.
because I want what I wanted to do was like my um the guy that created the course gives you something that you can give away for free to start
Correct.
building your email list.
Correct.
But what I now that I'm in this, few years of trying this, and I understand that if you are an affiliate and you're sharing the same exact thing that everybody is, then you're not different than anybody else. So,
Hmm.
it's one of the things that you got to position yourself a little differently than everybody, because there's hundreds of thousands of people offering the same exact thing. So,
Correct.
how can you help your customer,
Hmm.
in a different way so you stand out, right? So, that's why I created 5-day. And then, what people don't really realize about courses is like the course is delineated in a certain way. When you get to a certain step, you go, well, what should I do next? Then
Hmm.
it's like reading a book. You move to the next page, and they're like, okay, these are the steps that I need to follow. You follow the steps and you build, right? And like you say, the mindset program that we have is like everybody wants to finish the entire course and then apply, because I used
Okay.
to do that all the time.
At
You
least it's more
forget
of
by
like
the
a
by the time you get to
pre-training,
the end.
right? It's
I'm
like a
sorry.
pre-training. You're giving them an overview on how it's gonna look like inside. When they're
Exactly.
interested,
You
then
gotta get all the information, like why are you doing it, which is the most important
that's
thing,
great.
right? Why the he explains to you in the first module why are we building this thing for you to make money, and
Mhm.
who is the person you need to help, and what is the thing that you're doing for them, which is every business has that, right? Like
Mhm.
the business is gonna solve a problem,
Mhm.
it's
Yep.
gonna give you an outcome that you're dreaming,
Mhm.
and there's a process that they're gonna get you from when the moment you walked into the door to the moment you walked out. Like
Right.
if you you know, and it's crazy to think that even the music industry uses the same framework, because I was
Yes.
listening to a radio station and the guy says, "Thank you for being with us. Without you, we won't exist. Please send me your the songs that you want us to put in for you, so
Mhm.
you in your drive from work to home or the other way around, or if you're working right now, to give you the best experience."
Right.
So even radio stations do that, right? Like they
Mhm.
solving a very specific problem for a very specific avatar, because every radio station has a music that they post. They don't post just every, there's some pop, there's some rock,
Mhm.
and you know that's why affiliate marketing, once you learn the skills, can work on any industry. Really, it's just the process of like what product can help the customer get that outcome. Like when you and I went to Funnel Hacking Live, right?
Right.
The outcome was the belief that we can do this.
Right.
And like Russell says, that's what I brought all these people on stage to tell you their stories and their frameworks. And that's way basically what the course is the course is just the framework, and the back end, like, and you choose what option you want to take. It's not forcing you to, okay, you need to do YouTube, you need to do TikTok, you need to do Facebook. It's your choice, because ultimately it's your business and you have to be comfortable with what you're doing.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Wow, that's really powerful that you shared to us about the concept of affiliate marketing. I mean, for me, I'm also a big believer about it. It's just that I guess how do I say this? Like a lot of people, they know that there's a lot of, they can just Google it, right? If they think of something, how to earn money, passive income, that's the most common keywords that they're like really searching Google. But they don't understand that it takes a lot of work as well. In order for you to have a, should we say, great life, or like easier life, I don't know if there's such a thing as easier life, but I mean, a passive income, you got to put the work as well. So that's where a lot of people fall off or fell off, because they know, "Oh, that's too much work. I have a day job, the 9 to 5, like what you're targeting, 9 to 5, but they don't want to put a work. They want a additional income, but they don't want to put work. That's why it's really important that, like how you structured your training, that you're priming them. Okay, this is how you're going to do. This is how it should be. And this takes a lot of work. And if you're interested, you go join me in this course, paid course, of course. That's anyway, I'd like to show you this, right? You remember this?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, I still got mine over there sitting in the
I
phone
know,
hacking
dude.
life. I love that shirt.
I love it. So it just so happened that one thing is also how you I learned during that our meeting at the Funnel Hacking Live. I've been wearing the ClickFunnels shirt. I think I got like 4 or 5 shirts, same shirts. So people might think that I only wear one shirt, but it's like 5 different. I mean, 5 different shirts, but same designs, is etc. So I'm wearing it, like, let's say one example. That's why you gotta promote yourself or whatever. Like I'm been wearing this ClickFunnels shirt, and I'm wearing it when I'm playing basketball. There's this one, like, he's not a friend, but well, I can consider him as a friend, but because I play basketball with him, he kind of like approached me. Hey, do you do this? Yeah, you know this? ClickFunnels? I'm wearing a ClickFunnels shirt. So yeah, he was asking me, yeah, I was like trying to learn how to do that. Can you mentor me? And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, that alone speaks for itself. Like you gotta just promote whatever. You're not even going to expect someone to just recognize it, right? So it's a matter of like how you position yourself and like what you've been doing, like consistently. That's why I mean, I know I told you this earlier that I admire how you're doing it. You're still consistent and you know that you're going to hit it. Yeah, you know you're going to hit it. I know deep in my heart as well that you're going to hit it. It's just a matter of
Excellent to hear that.
tweaking, adapting, changing. Yeah, because 3 years ago, whatever we did, like what I did before, like I shared to you earlier, right? It might be different now because there's AI already in the scenario, right? We should, for all of the audience out there, we should adapt to the different scenarios that we're encountering right now. We live in an age where there's AI already. A lot of people are afraid of AI might replace them, but I look at it at a different way. It's gonna enhance our productivity. So if you look at it that way, it's gonna give you a different perspective in life. Okay, so is this going to replace me or is this going to make me more productive? That's what I look at it to it. That's why right now, this year actually is like when I like I mentioned to you earlier, I'm assessing myself, whatever I have, what I wanted to do. I kind of like it helped me be more specific in my target. And at the same time, I'm using AI. There are
Wow.
some posts out there that nobody realized that it's only AI. It's not me talking.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
dude,
That's crazy.
check out my posts and see which one is AI. 100% AI. I didn't even talk to. I didn't even talk. I just put on the script and it did the talking
And
for
did
me.
the whole thing for you. See,
Yeah.
and that's the
So
crazy thing, like you say, if anybody wants to start an online business, you know, there's so many options that
yeah,
I guess that's why people get overwhelmed because if they think they need to do everything, but
yeah.
use your only one thing, very specific one thing, and
Yeah, you
master
gotta
it.
stay specific in one thing, and it will the rest will follow. Yeah, because right now, I after Funnel Hacking Live, I build up a team, right? So it's like really a lot of work. Like I know for a fact that if I do build a team, I mean this is my based on my experience. I build up a team, but it bit me afterwards. Everybody like really, it's a sad story, but it's part of my experience. A lot of people will be discouraged in what I've experienced, but for me, like you, definitely
Hmm.
like you. That's why I like really really relate to you, is because a lot of people will get discouraged what I've experienced in like putting up this business. But for me, I tried to assess myself and kind of like gathered everything, right? Of course, you will fail. You failed. Everybody fails. There's no excuse in that one. But the thing is with you, because it's more of like a family. Family. What do I want to do if for example, my son grows? I want to leave a lasting legacy for him. This, whatever I did right now, this is for him. It's not for me. And this is kind of like I want him to see me when I'm doing all of these things. That's why you actually, believe it or not, I follow what you've been doing. Like, okay, I see what he's doing right now.
Oh, really?
He's
Thanks,
leaving a
man.
mark. He may not realize it, but he's leaving a mark already. You're leaving a print already. So that's why I gathered myself, use the power of AI. It's like if you will look at it to it, my business structure right now, it's more of like 70% AI. And podcast is like 30%.
Wow, really? Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
we can
you
talk
know.
about it. I'll tell you how I structured it, but it's working, dude. It's working.
Wow, and like you say, productivity, right?
Yeah, I'm really productive right now. Like people when I posted that content, the Spanish, I'm just gonna share to you Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. Then,
Crazy, man.
then there's a lot of people who's like messaging me, "Hey, we didn't know that you're bilingual right now. You're multilingual." Oh yeah, sí, señor.
Uf, pero por supuesto.
Yeah. So no, no. The thing is, like right now, I'm fiddling about who can I like. I'm poking, like see who's gonna respond to what I'm putting out. Like what you maybe you can tweak some of the stuffs that you've been doing. You're there, dude. It's a matter of you're tweaking and finding inserting some stuff, taking off some stuff, and you never know, you're gonna attract the ones. But I have a like really strong feeling that the specific age group that you can target, the avatar is like a 40 to 60s and male husbands and fathers. That's what I
See,
have a feeling.
that's why they say that two heads think better than one, because now
Yeah.
you really, I if it's one thing with with the business models,
Hmm.
you know, that it's very important to join the community,
Correct.
because then you can have people looking from the outside in, and like I couldn't see that, but now that you mention it,
Yeah.
it
Look
it's
into your
becoming so
dashboard.
clear.
Yeah, look
It's
into
so
your
clear.
dashboard. Like you posted thousands already. I kid you not. You can see who you're attracting, even if they're like not engaging. You can see who's the one that you're attracting. Me,
Yeah.
I saw that 70% male,
Wow.
70% male that I'm attracting. So now I know who I need to directly speak to.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Just to share with your audience, if there's one takeaway from this that I'm getting, is go back when you're creating content and look at those specific analytics, no
Yes,
matter what, no matter what platform you use, because
yes,
that's gonna give you the answer. Like if I wasn't looking at that specific
mm-hmm.
uh, statistic, I was
Yeah,
just looking at the engagement,
yes.
and I was
No, not
basically,
engagement at all.
that has nothing to do with it. It's like now that you mentioned that, it's something that
Look
I need.
into who you're attracting to. You will smile. I know I can see your face right now when you see that analytics. You're going to
I'll be
give that
shocked.
smile.
I will
Okay,
definitely
now
take a
I know.
screenshot and I'll send it to you. I'll be like, you
Yeah,
were
yeah, yeah.
right. You were right.
Definitely.
I'm already talking to the same person you are.
I have a feeling that that's what you're attracting. So because I learned it from my end, and we think alike. So now I'm just sharing this to you because you never know. You're there. It's a matter of you knowing the right target avatar. That's what we learned from Russell, right?
Yeah, you see, that's it trickles down, man. Once you see how what they're doing, you just gotta apply it to yourself, and
Correct. All
exactly
right.
will be
Well,
that.
this is, I mean, fun.
Oh man,
Having fun.
absolutely, bro. This was a
Yeah.
mind blowing conversation. Like,
Yeah.
I
This
had
is
so much
great.
fun, man. It's just
Yeah,
incredible.
that's good. So, I mean, yeah, I know it's like really, really, really out of time, but anyway, before we end, I wanted you to kind of like give some of your thoughts on, you can probably talk to your target audience or what audience that we have here in the podcast. Maybe you can talk to them about, share your thoughts on what does it take for you to kind of like get over that hump and share to them what your advice will be. Definitely, all of us have our life lessons, right? So
Yeah,
probably in your end, I know you're like really consistent and you're like really trying hard to get this right. Maybe share to them a thing or two in terms of like how to get through those humps.
yeah. Number one, it's what I came back to this year. Like, why am I doing this? You know, and if there's anything that I can tell your audience, it's not monetary. Definitely not. It's it's something deeper than that. And when you look at the reason, and you said it right a few minutes ago, you said, "I'm leaving a lasting legacy for my son." Right? I want to leave a legacy to my daughter and probably my future kid, to the fact that his dad did everything that he could to spend more time with them and not being stuck working a 9 to 5 until he was 70, and then he was all broken down and tried to, you know, finally live life. So if there's anything, that alone is gonna push you to be consistent and never quit. Because if you have that, you know, emotional connection to the reason why you're starting this in the first place, you'll never quit. And in my experience, it's don't compare, and it's so hard,
Mhm.
you know, to actually do it than say it, but do not ever compare yourself to others because everybody's in their own journey.
Mhm.
And one thing that and I'm not a religious person. I'm not going to church or anything, but I believe in God. And one thing that a month ago it kind of hit me was God knows why my business is not what it has to be right now because probably I'm not prepared for what's coming.
Yes.
But
He's
every
preparing
like
us, dude.
it's
He's
preparing us
preparing
for
us.
because
Mhm.
as you said I built my team and it was a really bad experience. But for other people, if they go through that, they would have quit, and you just said that. So that prepare you from the new challenges that are gonna come in the future. And the same thing is happening for me. Like, every phase of building anything requires you to become a total different person. And maybe
Mhm.
that's why in the last few months we can't you and I, even though we're so far apart,
Mhm.
you're like in the other side of the, of the country,
Yeah.
we both came to the same, we
Yeah.
need to fix what's here.
Correct.
So to your audience, I will tell them, do not get discouraged. It's not easy. It's easy to say don't get discouraged, but you will get discouraged. But understand that it all those lows that you're going through are preparing you for what's coming forward.
Yes. I absolutely agree, brother. That's why you stay connected, right?
Absolutely, man. That's why we
Yeah. So anyway, okay. So well, this is really, really. I'm really thankful that you're taking this time to share your expertise, and staying reconnected with you is like really. I kid you not. I'm really thankful that I've known you and your wife, and some of the friends. Hey, I've also reached out to Yvonne and Alex, and some of our friends that we've met there. So hopefully they can join us in my podcast as well.
that will be
So
awesome.
yeah. So anyway, so yeah, please do share to our viewers where can they follow you, or what courses, where can they go so that they can reach out to you, and
Well,
probably potentially that they can work with you.
the easiest way will be to go to Facebook and look up for Carlos H. Lara. And on Instagram, I'm at that. Oh, hold on. I changed the
It's okay.
names. I forgot the name. Um, so on Instagram, I'm at that 9 to 5 freedom and Carlos H. Lara on Facebook, and it will be the easiest way you guys can reach me on
Yeah.
Messenger if you have any questions or you're interested in working one on one. So then we can talk more about how that offer has been
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
structured. But you can also get the free training right there. Just sign up and you'll receive the instructions on how you gotta get them for sure.
Wow. Okay, yeah, guys, yeah, yeah, please do. If you're interested to learn more about affiliate marketing, just reach out to Carlos. He's really very knowledgeable. I've seen him do his work, and I've been with him in the Funnel Hacking Live event 3 years ago in Orlando. So he's really knowledgeable. He's had some trainings already, which he backs up whatever he is like promoting. And please do follow him, reach out to him, and learn a thing or two about what he's promoting. Okay, I hate to end this, but it's really, 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 should we say, inspiring to know a person like you, Carlos.
Thanks,
And I
man.
can't
Listen,
thank you
all I
enough
have to say is
for spending the time. I know you've been doing a lot of work. You're also, trying to provide for family and everything. And I hope to see you again soon. And thank you very much. All right.
absolutely, man. I appreciate you having me. Listen, this has been an amazing experience. It's been an honor. and hope to see you live again. And
All right.
also, you have me back
All
one of
right,
these
guys.
days on the podcast.
All right, guys. This is another inspiring episode for UPCO Project Podcast. This is Francis and Diego signing out. Thanks. All right, Carlos. That's
Man,
great.
that was
UPCO, UPCO, unemployed Pinoy CEO, unemployed Pinoy CEO.